ready here for another massive dirt street stock race here live from Lanier National Speedway. Woo! Oh, this is gonna be big, baby. This is gonna be absolutely massive. A big field of drivers here tonight for this one. This is gonna be a great show, a wicked event, a lot of action, a lot of great drivers, and a lot of fast cars all loading into the sim here for this one. Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! This is gonna be good. This is gonna be fun. These guys look to put on a heck of a race here for us tonight in this one, man. They're going to put on one hell of a show, one heck of a race, and they're looking very, very good here early on in practice. A lot of very fast lap times, a lot of very fast cars loaded in here, getting ready to go to battle, ready to put on the best show possible for all of us here tonight. Welcome in for the best show on dirt here on Peacemaker Gaming. Go. Let's get it, baby. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go, chat. Y'all know what to do, baby. Y'all know what to do. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Tag your friends. Tag your family. Get them in here. If you're brand new here, hit that follow button. If you're watching over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button as we continue to grow everywhere and anywhere as Peacemaker Gaming on par here today, baby. Caleb Ramsey, what's good, my boy? What's good, my boy?
Let's go.
Maybe next time, laugh my ass up. Hey, maybe next time, homie. Maybe next time. I don't know. The boys never got back to me. Cody was going to look at it, but I don't know if they ever came to a decision. Yo, Ty Dickinson, Jordan Love, Vaughn coming in showing the love. Austin Bartmess coming in with that share on the stream. Papa Mike coming in with that like and the share. Papa Mike coming in right out of the gate with a 1,200 star dono. Are you kidding me, Papa Mike? Are you kidding me, my boy? Coming in already with the 1,200 stars. Let's freaking go, baby. Craig Michael Deacon, Skylar Pruitt, Tony Whipperman, Lamar Jordan, Sean Stomo, Caleb Ramsey all coming in with the likes on the stream. Jordan Van Weston coming in with the like as well. Cecil Kirkpatrick, Josh Blakely, Ricky Chandler, Jaron Argesinger coming in showing the love. Let's get it, baby. Jeremy Vaughn with that care reaction as well. Let's go. Hoping to make Skylar Pruitt proud. I think we're all trying to make Skylar Pruitt proud tonight. I think we're all trying to. Skylar, congrats on the huge win last night, my boy, in the real car. Congratulations on picking up the big win, my boy. I'm sure that's many, 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 many more to come this year, my boy. Many more to come this year.
Let's go.
I'm ready for this race, says Austin. Says, hopefully I can get it and make to the future. Hopefully, my boy. Hopefully. There's a lot of competition, a lot of fast cars out there. Yo, Whippersnapper. What's good, Tony? Mr. Whippersnapper coming in, showing the love. Craig Michael Deacon says, let's go. Grip Acne and Showstopper. Woo! Let's go. Oh, it's going to be a good show between all these drivers, man. A lot of great drivers here. A lot of fast cars ready to rock and roll. Thanks, buddy. Absolutely, my boy. Absolutely, homie. I was super happy to see that when I opened up Facebook and saw that you picked up the win, my boy. I was pretty stoked for you. Shout out to Skylar Pruitt on his win last night. 100%. Huge shout out to him. Yo, Cody Sanderson. What is good, Cody? What is good, my boy? Coming in showing the love. Skylar won because of the white walls in traction control. Shake my head. Yeah, it was definitely the traction control. Definitely the traction control. Old Red Rocket looking shiny. Let's go. Tim Taylor says Tim Taylor will win the C-Main. He's calling it. C-Main winner, Tim Taylor. Let's go. I want to see that, my boy. Actually, I want to see just make the show, homie. I don't want to see it in that C-Main. I want to see it right into the main event here. As we're going to get ready here. A little bit of lone qualifying as these drivers jump out onto the racetrack. We're going to get some quick qualifying in here. We're going to see who can park their ride up here with the quick time down here in Victory Lane. It's going to be exciting to see who's going to be able to pull it off, who's going to be able to park it down here in the top spot here for qualifying, giving themselves that best opportunity, the best look here in heat race number 1, starting on the pole. It all starts right here, right now, with a good couple of laps, a great lap time to put themselves in a good starting position here to try to lock themselves in to the A main feature event. You don't want to have a bad qualifying run. You start at the back of the pack here on your heat race. You got to pass a lot of cars to give yourself an opportunity to make it into the A main through your heat race. And if you don't make it in through the heat race, then all the pressure's on. All that absolute energy that you can muster up, you got to put it all towards one of the consolation races to try to work yourself into the show. And there's no hurt feelings in those ones, man. Everyone is bumping, everyone is beating, and every single one of them's fighting for their life, trying to make it into the A main feature event through those consolation races. And you don't want to put yourself in that situation. You want to be able to lock yourself in right out of the get-go here in these heat races. So qualifying, very, very big for each and every one of these drivers. As we're going to get ready here, take a look, see what everyone's up to here. As you see the 511 ride there, that's going to be confusing. It's a giant 11 with only one 5. I'm going to call him the 11 ride. I don't know how many times tonight we see Seth Castle out there in the 7 ride, looking pretty good right now. Seth is currently in that 3rd position as Jamie Massey in the 2 ride here tonight. Massey changing up colors. I don't know what's going on here now as Massey's in the 2 machine here. He's up into that 2nd spot. Joshua Ely currently has the quickest lap time here on the racetrack. Seth Castle's there in 3rd. We see Cody Ernest out there in the 88 ride, currently in that 12th position. Johnny Nolan jumping out there in the 5J ride, a new looking ride there for Johnny. Gary Gagliano jumping out there. Alex Brewer with a good lap time. He just jumped up inside the top 10. So Brewer's trying to look very, very good. We see Tim Taylor out there in that Memphis Grizzlies number 99 ride, quickly jumping out onto the racetrack here. He's looking to have a good run and a good qualifying effort. Actually, Tim's going to jump up just on the outside here of the top 10 into position number 11. So a good run there for him. Joey Brewer up into position number 5.
Let's go!
A lot of fast cars working themselves up towards the front row. You see Jordan LaFawn in the House of Speed number 11 ride. LaFawn's going to try to lay down a quick lap time here. He's going to try to put himself up inside the top 10 here, looking for a good starting spot in his heat race. Let's see where Jordan can park that 11 ride here, as we got 35 cars loaded into the sim here, ready to go to battle. I do believe 24 drivers will make it into the show. Jordan, not the lap he wanted there in lap number 1, as that's going to put him in the 26th position on the racetrack. Jordan going to have to look for something a little bit better as Cody Myers jumps up into position number 9. We'll have to see if Jordan can find something here on his 2nd lap. He's going to get a little bit quicker, but only jumps into position number 22. I do believe Bryce Dickinson's the last driver to qualify here. I haven't seen him out on the racetrack yet, so I'll have to wait and see if Brycey Bear can jump out here. Woo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, y'all know what to do, baby. Smash that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button. Let's get it, baby. Elbows up, let's dance, says Jeremy Vaughn. Let's dance, baby. FYI, don't hit the wall in qualifying. Ty, that is 100% true. You do not want to hit that wall in qualifying. You never want to hit that wall. Just a little old throwback. Okay, a nice little throwback. I like that. I like that. I kind of thought maybe it was a little bit of a throwback there, Massey. I kind of figured it was a little bit of a throwback, so I'm glad to see that. I'm glad you jumped up in here and gave me a little bit of a warning there. At least gave me a little bit of a warning. Bryce Dickinson out onto the track here. He's going to slide up into that 17th position on the racetrack here. A little bit of a new look for him as well in that NH Lens Papa Mike Promotions Elite Performance Industries number 84 ride. So he's going to finish there in that 17th position.
Let's go!
Baby Hackney's first race outside the womb. She's set up watching. Let's go. Got me on the big screen for Baby Hackney. Hey, you know what, Tasha? It is actually kind of crazy. It's crazy that you guys named her Willow. If I ever had a daughter, I always wanted to name my daughter Willow. I always wanted to name my daughter Willow. It's something that I've always had set in my mind. Just because last name Woods, Willow Woods. Come on, you can't think of a better name than that. Willow Woods is fucking perfect. Perfect. That's a perfect name. It's a perfect name. So I thought that was pretty neat. I thought that was pretty neat, Tasha. Yo, Alyssa, Chase coming in, smashing that like on the stream. Cody Olsen with that like as well. Brycey Bear, Bryce Dickinson with that heart reaction. Alex Brewer, Cody Ernest coming in, showing the love with the shares. Tasha coming in with that heart reaction. Colby Ely, Shane Yates with the like in the share. Lane Phillips coming in with that share as well. Dylan Murray with the like in the share on the stream. Austin Lee Bartmetz coming in with that as well. Oh, do it. Oh my God, that's perfect. Exactly. Perfect name. Perfect name. I'll have a kid with you, Peace. Oh my gosh, Ty, I know you would, my boy. I know you would. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, heat race number 1 onto the racetrack here as we're going to get ready to set them loose from Lanier National Speedway. Starting on the pole in this one. In the 09 machine, that is Joshua Ely. To his outside in the 4 ride, that is Joey Brewer. Then we see Cody Myers and Jonathan Wiley there bringing up row number 2. Bryce Dickinson in position number 5 with Nicholas Wiley there to his outside. Cody Sanderson in the 22 ride there in 7th with Jamie Brown to his outside in that 1 ride. And Cecil Kirkpatrick in the NLR number 69 ride, bringing up the rear of the field as we're going to get ready to go green flag racing here. Our first heat race of the evening. The 4 rider Joey Brewer quickly going way up the racetrack here. He's going to lose a few positions on lap number 1 as he's already slid back to that 4th spot. Still stuck up there on the high side. He's going to lose another one here to Bryce Dickinson as Bryce works to the inside of that 4 machine. So I do believe the top 3 cars are going to transfer through as we get a wreck here down in corner number 2 as Cody Sanderson, Cecil Kirkpatrick, and Jamie Brown all come together. Unfortunately, Jamie Brown at the back of the pack now. Cody Sanderson there in 8th. Kirkpatrick just in front of him as Joey Brewer and Nicholas Wiley a little bit behind here now as well, but still in tow. Joshua Ely looking to have another good run here, looking to have another good night in his fight for the championship here as every point counts all season long, and he's been having himself a great run to start this here. A couple of top 3 finishes, and that 09 ride has been very, very fast. Jonathan Wiley right there in position number 2 in the 511 ride, having himself a great run in that Black Rifle Coffee number 511 machine there in 2nd in the 55 ride. Cody Myers currently in that 3rd and final transfer spot into the A main here. Bryce Dickinson trying to hunt him down as Brycey Bear there in position number 4 on the outside looking in here. Needs to pick up one more position to work himself into the show. Bryce there in 4th. Joshua Ely with 2 more laps left to go here to pick up the checkered flag. Joey Brewer still trying to track back down the 84 of Bryce Dickinson after sliding back 3 positions here in the opening lap. He's starting to try to claw his way back in here. Nicholas Wiley back there in 6th as the white flag has been displayed one more time around here for the 09 rider Joshua Ely. The top 3 just looking to work their way into the show here, into the A-Main feature event is out of corner number 4. It's all Joshua Ely here in this one. Ely, the Gachow machine, the 09 ride is going to pick up heat race win number 1. Wiley and Cody Myers are both going to work their way into the show. Unfortunately, everybody else is going to go to the consolation race as we're going to get ready here for our next heat race on the evening as these drivers get loaded into the sim. They're going to get ready to be set loose here on the field. Liking Brycey Bear's car. Brycey's Bear car is looking pretty fresh. He's always got some pretty fresh paint schemes, and that thing's looking very, very good. Very nice looking car out there for Bryce Dickinson once again. So happy for you, Tasha. She's adorable. She's definitely adorable. I mean, I don't know. I used to like kids. I don't like kids anymore. I don't know. They all look the same, kind of. You know, they all just look like a potato for like the first year or so. Hot take right there. Hot take. Hot take, but they all look like a potato for like the first while. So true, so true. Honestly, it's so true. Yo, Carson, Jerry coming in with that like on the stream. Brian Taff with that heart reaction and the share. Jeremy Aikens coming in, smashing that like on the stream as well. As we're going to get ready here for heat race number 2, starting on the pole in this one. A throwback paint scheme. It is the 2 machine of Jamie Massey. to his outside. It's the 11 ride, the Premier Racing Setups machine of Shane Yates. Then we see the 1 of Alex Brewer and Jeremy Akins there in 3rd and 4th. Jordan Van Westen and Cody Ernest bringing up row number 3 with Johnny Nolan, Joel Phillips, and Keith Hackney starting at the back of the pack here in heat race number 2 in that 9th position, as we're going to go back to green flag racing. Weird is showing that car. I'm in my black one. I might just have to change up my trading paints, as they're 3 wide back here. Cody Ernest to the inside here on Jordan Van Westen, and Jeremy Akins is a little bit of contact deeper back there, as you can already see Keith Hackney trying to work himself up and through the field here, as he's already passed Joel Phillips and Johnny Nolan. Here he is down to the inside in that Papa Mike Promotions number 91 ride, trying to find himself into position number 6, as now he's already trying to look underneath the Cody Ernest, as well as Ernest there in position number 5. The 57 rider Jeremy Akins there in that 4th position. On the outside looking in, as Jamie Massey continues to lead the way. Massey out in front here is the showstopper in the 2 ride, having himself a very, very good run early on here in heat race number 2. Alex Brewer there in that 2nd position, and Shane Yates in that 3rd and final transfer spot into the show here. So Yates looking to have a good run, trying to work himself into that final transfer position. But don't look now, but here comes the 91 rider Keith Hackney, as Hackney slowly but surely working himself closer and closer to the front, now into position number 5, and has his eyes set on that 57 rider Jeremy Akins. But he might be running out of time here, slowly but surely, as these drivers are quickly counting these laps off in a quick hurry. Down to 3 laps to go, 2 more laps, this time by the start-finish line here for Jamie Massey. So I don't know if Keith Hackney's going to have enough time to catch that 3rd place driver of Shane Yates, but he's definitely going to give her a shot here, as he's trying to reel in that 57 rider Jeremy Akins. Massey down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. He's going to see the white flag fly one more time around here for Massey, as he's got the 1 machine of Alex Brewer, his teammate, right there behind him in that Elite Performance Industries NLR number 1 ride. Shane Yates right there in 3rd is out of 3 in corner number 4. It's all Jamie Massey here in heat race number 2. Alex Brewer and Shane Yates will transfer through into the 8 main. That means Akins, Hackney, Ernest, Van Westen, and everybody else will be going to the consolation race. If you guys enjoyed that heat race action right there, make sure you guys all hit the like button on the stream, hit that share button, hit that follow button. If you're watching over on YouTube, make sure you smash that subscribe button, as we're almost have 300 subscribers over there on YouTube. Absolutely insane, as we're going to get ready here for heat race number 3. Heat race number 3 about to get underway here. Yo, Shane Walton coming in, smashing that like. What is good, Shane? Shane coming in, hitting that like on the stream, showing the love. Let's get it. Let's go, Cody. Let's go, says Carson. Carson cheering on Cody. A lot of drivers cheering on, a lot of a lot of fast cars here tonight, man. So there's a lot of fans in the stands cheering these drivers on, hoping for a good night and good outcome for all these drivers, as we're going to get ready here for heat race number 3 on the evening. Starting on the pole in the 7 ride, it's the Cocky Floyd Consulting number 7 of Seth Castle to his outside in the iRacing I flag. TWR JRE number 57, that is Jim Revis. Starting in position number 3 in the 29, that is Lane Phillips, and to his outside his NLR teammate, that is the 20 machine of Cody Gagliano. Starting in position number 5 in the 8 ride, that is Jeremy Vaughn, and to his outside in the House of Speed number 11, that is Jordan LaFawn. Then we see Grady Ehrman, David Brewer, and Jimmy Wiley rounding out the field here. 9 more drivers going to battle in heat race number 3, as quickly 7 rider Seth Castle's going to put that pedal to the metal here as he jumps up and clears the 57 ride down the backstretch. So move the 7 ride out in front all by himself here as Lane Phillips trying to take a look down to the inside as a little bit of beat and bang and back here as the 43 ride. Grady Ehrman's trying to work himself around Jeremy Vaughn. Vaughn trying to continue to hold that car right there in the middle of the racetrack as Jordan LaFawn has worked himself up into position number 5. He's right there on the back bumper here of Cody Gagliano as Lane Phillips has worked himself now into position number 2, just barely sliding across the nose there. Jim Revis. Revis gonna take a look down low here now on that Grip Hackney number 29 ride, the Papa Mike Promotions machine, trying to hold on to position number 2, but here comes Jim Revis battling back strong. Revis down low. The 29 of Lane Phillips there in the middle side of the racetrack. Cody Gagliano right there behind him trying to decide which way he wants to go here. If he chooses wrong, he may lose a spot himself as Jordan LaFawn in the House of Speed number 11 machine. He's been looking very, very hungry here, looking like he wants to try to jump up there and get in on that battle here for the final transfer spot in heat race number 3. Jeremy Vaughn, Grady Ehrman trying to catch up to those top 4 drivers, top 5 drivers. David Brewer back there in 8th, and Jimmy Wiley back there in the 9th position in the 7 ride. Out in front, it's all the 7 machine of Seth Castle as Castle continues to lead the way. Jim Revis back into 2nd as now Lane Phillips has that 20 ride of Cody Gagliano trying to look to his inside. Cody trying to find a way down and around the 29 ride here. But a good run there at a corner number 2 is going to keep Lane Phillips in position number 3 in that 3rd and final transfer spot as we're going to see that white flag fly here one more time around in heat race number 3 on the evening. Seth Castle down the backstretch one more time into corner number 3 and solidly through corner number 4. A picture perfect run here in heat race number 3 as Seth Castle picks up the heat race win. Jim Revis there in 2nd and Lane Phillips coming home in that 3rd and final transfer spot. Gagliano, LaFawn, Vaughn, and everybody else will unfortunately be going to the consolation races there in heat race number 3 as we're going to get ready here for heat race number 4, our 4th heat race of the evening. About to get underway here as these drivers get loaded into the sim. We're going to get ready to set them loose here for heat race number 3. Starting on the pole in the 7-Eleven ride, that is Dylan Cribbs. To his outside in this Hero 4 machine, that is Calvin Brooks. Starting on the inside, a row number 2 in the 99 ride, that is the Memphis Grizzlies machine. That is Tim, the Tool Man Taylor. To his outside in the 21C, it's the Elite Performance Industries Papa Mike Promotions 21C of Charles Barnes. Starting in position number 6 in that 298, that is Austin Bartmess. Into his inside in the 42 machine, it's the Livewire Racing ride of Gary Gagliano. Starting in position number 7 in the 03 machine, that is Dylan Murray. Into his outside in the 67 ride, it's the Demon Speedworks Papa Mike Promotions Peacemaker Gaming Brycey Bear Designs number 67 ride of Ty Dickinson. 8 drivers, 3 more transfer spots here in heat race number 4 on the evening as the pace truck makes the hard left-hand turn. We're going to set them loose here once again from Lanier National Speedway. Quickly, the 7-Eleven ride going to send it down into corner number 1 and out of corner number 2. He's going to clear the 04 of Calvin Brooks. Brooks now has a car to his inside. Hang on to it. The 21C ride of Charles Barnes almost goes around there in corner number 3. Just barely hung on to it right there as that car almost went for a loop. And don't look now as here comes Ty Dickinson already up into that 5th position. So from the back of the pack up inside the top 5 here, quickly making some work on the opening lap. Ty Dickinson there into position number 5. Dylan Cribbs continues to lead the way as Tim Taylor slides himself up into position number 2. And here comes Calvin Brooks. A little bit of contact. Hang on to it. Around goes Tim Taylor. Around goes the 21C of Charles Barnes, no caution flag. We're going to keep on rolling. Dylan Cribbs out in front all by himself here. A 1.6 second lead now over the 0-4 of Calvin Brooks as Brooks up into second, and Ty Dickinson now into that third and final transfer spot. Austin Bartmess there in that fourth position with Dylan Murray in position number 5. Gary Gagliano there in 6th. Tim Hilton back there, and Tim Taylor back there in that 7th spot, and Charles Barnes in position number 8. A heartbreaker there for Tim Taylor and for Charles Barnes as they were both having great runs there. Fortunately, quite a bit of damage here to that 21C ride. Definitely not happy with the outcome of that one as Dylan Cribbs in position number 1 here, looking to try to pick up heat race win number 4. Calvin Brooks in the 4 ride there in 2nd, and Ty Dickinson in that 3rd and final transfer spot. Man, what a run, what a battle, and what an unfortunate outcome there for a few of these drivers late in this one. That white flag has been displayed here one more time down the backstretch into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. It's all Dylan Cribbs here in heat race number 4. Solid win there over Calvin Brooks, Ty Dickinson in that 3rd and final transfer spot. Austin Bartmess, Dylan Murray, Gary Gagliano, Tim Taylor, and Charles Barnes rounding out the field there as our top 3 will transfer on. Everybody else will unfortunately go to the consolation races. So we're going to get ready here for our first consolation race of the evening. This is the C main here, so looks like 10 laps, 6 drivers will transfer through out of each consolation race. So 6 drivers are going to go on to the next round. They're all going to race in the A main feature event, and unfortunately, looks like 6 drivers will pack it in, load it up, and put their cars onto the trailer and join the fans in the stands here after these consolation races. As starting on the pole in the 84 ride here in our C main, that is Bryce Dickinson. To his outside in the 20R, that is Cody Gagliano. Starting in position number 3 in the 4 ride, that is Joey Brewer. And to his outside in the 11 machine is the House of Speed rider Jordan LaFawn. Starting in position number 5 in the 11 ride, that is Nicholas Wiley. And to his outside in the 8 ride, that is Jeremy Vaughn. Starting on the inside of row number 4 is the 69 rider Cecil Kirkpatrick. And to his outside in the 43, that is Grady Ehrman. And starting in position number 9 in the 22 machine, that is Cody Sanderson. To his outside in the 319, that is David Brewer. And bringing up the final row here in this consolation race is the 1 ride of Jamie Brown and the 07 ride of Jimmy Wiley. 12 drivers, 6 people will transfer through into the show. Here you go. If you guys are just tuning in, make sure y'all hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button as we're going to get ready to rock and roll here with our C main consolation race. John Quayle Jr. with the 500 stars, my boy, coming in, setting it off as we're going back to green flag racing. Cody Gagliano down through the middle here, looking for a big run. As a little bit of contact down on the bottom side. The 4 ride of Joey Brewer getting shoved into the middle here. They're going to go a little bit of 4 wide here through corner number 3 and 4. A lot of contact, a lot of beating and banging. Somehow they keep a majority straight here, and unfortunately for the 7 ride of Jimmy Wiley, he's going to go around. No caution flag as we keep on rolling. Cody Gagliano out in front. Bryce Dickinson right there in second. Jordan LaFawn up into position number 3 as Joey Brewer in the 4 ride, trying to hold on to this 4th position on the racetrack. Nicholas Wiley and David Brewer trying to work themselves into the show as that AMS Oil 319 machine is in that 6th and final transfer spot into the A main feature event. The 319 ride of David Brewer hold off Grady Ehrman as Ehrman looking to his inside. A little bit of contact, a little bit of beating and banging here. These full fender race cars definitely make for some full fender contact around these racetracks as here comes the 22 ride with a big run to the inside, a big body slam there into the 43 machine as he's going to try to jump up and clear him. As the WR1 number 22 ride trying to work himself up into the show. A little bit of contact now. Jeremy Vaughn into the side of the 43. Grady Ehrman's going through it. They go up the racetrack. There goes Cecil Kirkpatrick around the both of them. Grady Ehrman and Jeremy Vaughn sliding back here. I don't think these two are done yet as there's a big hit right there from the 43. I don't think they're very happy with one another as they continue to beat and bang around the racetrack. As Nicholas Wiley trying to hold on to position number 4 here. He's trying to go underneath the 4 rider, Joey Brewer, David Brewer right there in position number 6, still holding on to that 6th and final transfer spot. The WR1 number 22 ride of Cody Sanderson is right there behind him, trying to reel him in for that final transfer into the A main feature event. Cecil Kirkpatrick there in 8th, Grady Ehrman there in 9th, and we're going to have to keep an eye on these two right here as I don't think the contact is quite done. As we got a lot of battles around the racetrack as Cody Gagliano continues to lead the way here. Cody out in front, continuing to show these drivers how to get it done here in this consolation race as we got one more lap left to go here. The heat is on as our 6th and final transfer spot is up for grabs here in this consolation race as Cody Gagliano looks to pick up the win. A little bit of contact. Around goes the 319. There goes Cody Sanderson as Cody Sanderson is going to take that 6th and final transfer spot. Jeremy Vaughn there on the outside looking in. There's some more contact there as Grady Ehrman gets into him. Cody Gagliano, Bryce Dickinson, Jordan LaVaughan, Nicholas Wiley, Joey Brewer, and Cody Sanderson. The top 6 drivers here. I'm not sure how the officials are going to score that with that last lap contact. A little bit of a bump and run there through 3 and 4. And unfortunately, the 319 ride sitting in the wrong spot, the wrong time, goes around and unfortunately will not transfer on. So intentional, hilarious. Hey, man, that is the bump and run, unfortunately. Unfortunately, sometimes you're the ball, sometimes you're the bat. And he was the bat there in that one, and definitely some, my bad, he got loose and I hit him. Oh, man, it happens. It happens. It happens, my boy. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you guys enjoyed that consolation race and it's your first time tuning in, make sure you hit that like button on the stream, hit that follow button, hit that share button. If you're watching over on YouTube, hit that subscribe button as we continue to try to build more and more over there. If you're watching on Kick live streaming, hit that follow button there as well as we're going to get ready here for our next races. It does say Cody Sanderson, the 22, was DQ'd. So the 22 ride of Cody Sanderson, unfortunately, with that intentional contact, was removed there, was going to get that DQ, and unfortunately, he will not transfer through into the A main. I do believe that opens up the spot there for the 8 ride of Jeremy Vaughn to get into that final 6th position, just beating Grady Ehrman back to the line. So that battle was not done between those two, and unfortunately there, it looks like the 8 ride is going to get that final transfer spot. As we're going to get ready here once again, 11 drivers, 6 more transfer spots. Our B main consolation race underway. Austin Bartmus and Jeremy Akins there in the front row as here comes Dylan Murray in the 03. Keith Hackney and Cody Ernest there in 4th and 5th with Jordan Van Westen there in that 6th position. Then you see the 5J and Johnny Nolan, Gary Gagliano, Charles Barnes, Tim Taylor, and Joel Phillips rounding out the field here. You see Charles, Tim, and Cody Ernest going around here. Cody Ernest goes for a spill and unfortunately nowhere to go for the 78 ride of Joel Phillips as Joel Phillips spins around with him there, and we'll take a look and see what happens as Cody Ernest looks like he gets into the back of the 91 ride there, has to check up, unfortunately bouncing around there, collects the 78 ride of Joel Phillips, and no caution flag. We're going to keep on rolling. We're going to keep on driving here as Jeremy Akins out in front. Dylan Murray there in position number 2. Keith Hackney there in position number 3 now with Austin Bartmus holding on to position number 4. Here comes Charles Barnes from the back of the pack here, now up into position number 5 as he works himself into a transfer spot. Johnny Nolan and Jordan Van Westen battling side by side here. This is a battle for that 6th and final transfer spot. You see Tim Taylor right there in that mix, as well as Tim trying to work himself into one of these final consolation races here to transfer through into the A main feature event. Gary Gagliano taking a look down to the inside of the 99 ride. They make a little bit of contact, super loose, gets the 99 ride. Unfortunately, he's going to lose all that momentum as Gary's going to stay right there to his inside. These drivers starting to search around the racetrack. Out in front, it's still the 57 ride of Jeremy Akins leading the way. Keith Hackney there in second. Dylan Murray in position number 3. Austin Bartmess doing a great job there in position number 4. Charles Barnes there in 5th, and Johnny Nolan in that 6th and final transfer spot. Johnny Nolan trying to work himself into the show here, has a couple fast cars nipping right there on his heels. It's the 12 ride of Jordan Van Westen and Tim Taylor trying to work themselves up into that 6th and final transfer position. Out in front, it's all Jeremy Akins as Akins trying to hold off Keith Hackney as the white flag has been displayed one more time around here in this B main consolation race. Can the 57 ride hold on as he heads down into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4? It's all Jeremy Akins here in this B main consolation race. Keith Hackney coming home in second. Dylan Murray, Austin Bartmess, Charles Barnes, and Johnny Nolan going to transfer through into the A main feature event. Tim Taylor, Jordan Van Westen, Gary Gagliano, Cody Ernest, and Joel Phillips, unfortunately, are all going to load it up and unfortunately go back. That is a tough one right there for those drivers as they're going to be joining the fans in the stands. A heartbreaker there for the 99 ride as he is one spot looking in there. He needed one more position to work his way into the A main feature event here as these drivers are going to jump out onto the racetrack here for a quick little warm-up session. As they're all going to jump out here. They're going to make sure their cars are locked, set, and loaded and ready to go here. These drivers are going to get set to go. Our A main feature event up next. If you guys are excited for this one, let me know in the chat right now who you got. Who do you want to see down here in victory lane? Who do you think is going to get it done? Who is your driver to pick up the checkered flag here today in this one? Lots of competition, lots of opportunities for all these drivers. It's going to be exciting to see who can be the final one across, or the first one across the start-finish line to pick up the checkered flag. Yo, Sebastian, what is good, my boy? What's good, Sebastian? Matthew Glenn coming in with the like and the shares as well on the stream. Alex Brewer, Brandon LaFon coming in with the likes. John Quill Jr., once again, my boy, a huge thank you for that 500-star dono, my boy. Absolutely insane, homie. Absolutely insane. Much love, my boy, for the 500-star dono. John Quill Jr. with that heart reaction as well. Bree coming in with that like. Matthew Glenn, DWR, JRE Racing coming in with that share. Chad Putterbo coming in with that like. Pete Fitzsimmons with the like. Brian Stravler Jr. with that heart reaction. Shane Walton with that like as well. Carson Cherry with that like on the stream. Let's get it, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. We're going to get right into the racing action here in just a few more moments. Much love, homie. Much love, John. Much love, my boy. Thank you for the 500-star dono, homie. Absolutely insane. Yeah, I don't know. Definitely some hot tempers out there. The temperature's starting to heat up here with summer just around the corner. Doesn't seem like it's taking very much contact, piss these drivers off. So it could happen in a quick hurry. And, we could see a lot of drivers, unfortunately, go around. A lot of drivers having some issues here in this one. But we're hoping for a good, clean race. Just a lot of good, hard racing action. It'll be interesting to see whether or not these drivers will be able to keep cooler heads, cooler minds out here on the racetrack and see who can prevail and who can pick up the checkered flag here tonight in this feature event, man. There's so many fast drivers to choose from, so many talented cars out here that it's going to be tough to decide on who's actually going to be able to pick up this checkered flag, as we're going to find out here in just a few more moments, as we're going to get ready here for our A main feature event in just a few more seconds. Bryce Dickinson coming in with the 84-star dono. Bryce coming in showing the love. The 84-star dono. A lot of old straight line McGee's in here. There's going to be some of them. It's bound to happen. What is the tire rule nowadays? Right now it's still no tires. There's tires. You never have to worry about them right now. You don't have to worry about them yet. They're definitely wrecking in warm-up. That's why it's called warm-up. It's just for fun. I gave her hell, man. These are the best of the best. I'm happy I made it. Absolutely. Absolutely, Austin. Woo. Oh. Oh. John Quill Jr. Johnny Boy coming in with the 500-star dono in another 77 stars. Let's go, my boy. Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome in as we're going to get ready here for our A main feature event here in just a few more moments. As these drivers get loaded into the sim, we're gonna get ready to set them loose here. John Quill coming in with the 500-star dono again in the 77 stars, starting a Star Party Challenge. Absolutely insane, my boy. Loved how people drive others 10-4 for the rest of the season onto real race car racing. See you next week. Oh my gosh, Jeremy, my boy. We hate to see that, homie. We hate to see that, my boy. Yo, Brandon LaVon coming in with the 99 stars. Brandon, my boy, coming in first-time star sender, coming in with those 99 stars as well. Let's go, my boy, as we're going to get ready here for our A main feature event. Some of these drivers haven't seen the racetrack in quite a while, as we're going to get ready to get going. Don't have the way to send stars on the iPhone? Oh no, Matthew, my boy. Hey, there's always that sub button. You can always check out that sub button. Become part of the Peacemaker Sub Club today and join an exclusive group here on Peacemaker Gaming. Starting on the pole in the 09 ride, that is Joshua Ely. To his outside, that is Jamie Massey. Seb Castle, Dylan Cribbs in third and fourth. Jonathan Wiley and Alex Brewer in position number 5 and 6. Jim Revis, Calvin Brooks, Cody Myers, and Shane Yates bring up our top 10. Lane Phillips, Ty Dickinson, Cody Gagliano, Jeremy Akins, Bryce Dickinson, and the rest of our B-main consolation racers, as we're going to end all the anticipation with our feature presentations as we are green flag racing here at Lanier National Speedway. Our A main feature event underway here in this one. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. What a run, what a race, as these drivers putting on a show. Wowzers. Some good 2-wide, 3-wide battles around the racetrack. You see the 7 wide of Seth Castle trying to work himself up through the field here, already up into position number 5. Calvin Brooks in the 511 ride, battling side by side. That's for the 6th and 7th position. position as Jamie Massey is out in front. One driver to keep an eye on is that 91 rider, Keith Hackney. Hackney has been up and around the front of the field here in all of our races so far this season. As you see the 7 ride, unfortunately sliding back ever so slightly, some contact. Cody Myers going around here, some contact through the field here. Ty Dickinson collected in the Papa Mike Promotions Demon Speedworks number 67 ride as he goes around, as well as we'll take a look back at our first caution flag of the evening. 67 ride here of Ty Dickinson, unfortunately gonna go around here. You see the 7 ride super slow on the racetrack, and Ty just sends it in there a little bit too deep, gets into the back there of Cody Myers. They make the contact and they both go around right through the slick stuff there. Take another look here from a little bit higher of a view on that 67 ride. That Bella's Bullies machine has gonna send it in, and I think, I don't think he was expecting the 55 ride to try to drive down the racetrack maybe a little bit there, as he just sent it in there a little bit too hot. Gets into that right rear quarter panel. Doesn't take much to turn these cars around when it's this slick out. So it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers can handle the slickness on the racetrack, how they're going to handle these cars pointed in the right direction, as we're going to get ready to set them back loose. Papa Mike coming in with a 1200 star dono. Are you kidding me, Papa Mike? Are you kidding me, my boy? Let's see some hashtag Papa Mikes up in the chat here. Some hashtag Johns up in the chat as well. All right, as the green flag back out into the air here, Jamie Massey continuing to lead the way. Dylan Cribbs trying to take position number 2 here as Alex Brewer up to his outside as we got him restacked, re-racked, and ready to battle here once again. It's the 04 rider, Calvin Brooks, trying to work himself up into that 4th position. As a little bit of contact there between him and the 1 ride of Alex Brewer, as they're 3 wide right there behind him. Here comes the 511 of Jonathan Wiley down to the bottom side of the racetrack. Is the 09 ride of Joshua Ely trying to battle back strong here. A little bit of contact, more beating and banging. A little bit of a chain reaction. Around goes Keith Hackney. Around goes the 03, the 21C. And our second caution flag of the evening is going to come out here. Unfortunately, a little bit of contact, some beating and banging, and around they go through the slick stuff in corner number 2 here once again. We'll try to take a look and see what happens here. Is the caution flag going to come back out? I want to say we're almost a little bit too far ahead of it there. I think we need to play it back just a little bit, but maybe not. We need to find, where is Keith Hackney in the 91 ride? I think this is after the caution flag. It already came out here, so I think we need to play it back just a little bit. I think we need to play it back here just a tad bit farther. There we go. Now we need to find Keith Hackney. There we go. Hackney was unfortunately right in the mix of this one. They're all just beating and banging. All kind of get stacked up there, then everyone just kind of piles into it. Cody Myers collected in there again. The 67, the 98, the 11 ride in there, as well as, I do believe, the 03 machine. One of those first drivers into it, as we can try to find, where is that 03 ride of Dylan Murray? There he is. It's hard to find them sometimes, chat, as we'll see the 03 ride slide in here. You see them already starting to check up there on the high side. Hackney having to check up for the 57 ride. The 03 drives into Hackney. They kind of all spin around it in the bottom half of the field, all kind of get clumped up together there and bounce around and beat and bang. And fortunately, a few of them pointing in the wrong directions. And caution number 2 will be flying, as we're going to go back to green flag racing. Jamie Massey putting that pedal to the metal here once again, just trying to run away with this one, trying to keep that 2 ride out in trouble and out of all the carnage that's unfolding there behind them. So you can see them once again trying to go 2-3 wide here as they're all trying to work themselves up and through the field here. Keith Hackney right there in the mix of it again, right in the middle of it, as you see Jordan LaFond to his outside. The 84 ride of Bryce Dickinson down to his inside. Nicholas Wiley getting bounced around a little bit there, just barely hangs on to it as here comes Ty Dickinson trying to roll the high side here in the 67 ride. Looking for some big runs. You see the 511 and Jonathan Wiley now sliding back ever so slightly as Wiley is going to get into the back of the 84 ride of Bryce Dickinson. You can see these cars, all these drivers, man, they are trying to wheel these things, especially when they get 2-3 wide, man. They are an absolute handful. All these drivers just trying to work themselves up towards the front of the field. You see the 511, Jonathan Wiley, unfortunately no front bumper left on that ride as he continues to try to roll around the racetrack here. Great battle, some great racing as you see Seth Castle and Alex Brewer continuing to battle side by side here. This is for the 5th position on the racetrack. You see Shane Yates trying to work himself closer to the front here, but now the 57 ride of Jim Revis right there to his inside, and here comes Keith Hackney as well in the 91 ride as we're going to jump right on board here with Jim Revis down on the bottom side of the racetrack. At Dirt Warrior iRacing iFlag number 57 ride, trying to catch up to the 20R machine, but also trying to get ahead of that 11 of Shane Yates as the caution flag is going to come back out here. Our 3rd caution of the evening. We'll try and find where this caution flag was. Looks like the 511 of Jonathan Wiley, who was unfortunately already missing a front bumper here. Looks like he's going to be the 3rd caution of the evening as, looks like Lane Phillips just going to get into the back of him, spin him around. He's going to do a quick little 360, but unfortunately being pointed the wrong way on the racetrack and being stopped up there on the high side of corner number 3 and 4. That caution flag is going to come out here as take another look at this one as see that contact there as the 29 ride just unfortunately gets right into the back bumper there and spins him around. An unfortunate break there. Oh, that was close to gaining probably about 4 or 5 other cars that could have drove right into that one and did a lot more damage. As we'll stack them back up, re-rack them, and get ready to go back to green flag racing. Jamie Massey still out in front. These Delaware restarts are about to get ready to go once again. As here we go, the green flag back out into the air here for Jamie Massey. Dylan Cribbs there in position number 2. Joshua Ely there in 3rd with Seth Castle trying to take position number 4 away here from Calvin Brooks. As Seth Castle's down on the bottom side of the racetrack. Cody Gagliano trying to work to the inside here of his teammate in that 1 ride. As the 1 ride of Alex Brewer trying to work the middle side of the racetrack here. Still that bottom side looks to be the best line out there as you see Jim Revis finally working himself around the 11 of Shane Yates. Yates now has Keith Hackney down to his inside. Hackney has had to try to pass a lot of cars here tonight. He slowly but surely worked himself up inside the top 10 now, still battling side by side here with that 11 ride. We know Shane Yates last week was not very happy with that 91 ride. We'll have to keep a close eye on those two as they continue to battle here. Sure, no hard feelings between them at this point, but you never know when payback may be coming to you. As you see Bryce Dickinson down to the inside now with Shane Yates as Bryce trying to follow the 91 ride right on through the field here. As he's trying to work himself into that 10th position around Shane. It's a battle in here at the front as Cody Gagliano now trying to take a look to the inside here at Calvin Brooks as Brooks trying to hold on to position number 5 as here comes the 20R ride as the Papa Mike Promotions machine trying to work himself into position number 5 on the racetrack. You see a bunch of those NLR rides starting to work themselves up into the top 5 here. But right now it's all Jamie Massey continuing to lead the way. Massey continuing to show these drivers how to get it done, but a good race so far as the 7-11 ride of Dylan Cribbs hanging right there with him, staying right there on his back bumper. Joshua Ely right there in position number 3 as well. He's ready to pounce, ready to make his move, ready to make a good shot here of trying to jump up there and take the lead as they continue to battle side by side. Back here for 5th, Jim Revis still trying to hold on to position number 7 as he has Alex Brewer and the 91 rider Keith Hackney right there behind him. Bryce Dickinson's able to work himself up inside the top 10 here. Shane Yates slides back into the 11th position for the 11 ride. He's got the 11 machine of Jordan LaFawn right there behind him. Jeremy Akins, and around goes Keith Hackney again. Hackney's going to go around the caution flag, is going to come back out here. He keeps it rolling, but unfortunately, the caution flag already coming out here. We'll have to take a look back and see what happens. That was just in front of us here on that one, as it looked like maybe Jim Revis might have gotten a bumper right there as the 57 ride. Oh, it looks like he gets a little tap right there from Alex Brewer. Kind of slowly spins that car around from the middle side of the racetrack. Nowhere to go there for Keith Hackney, as Hackney just kind of got robbed there in that one. Just nowhere to go, just in the wrong place at the wrong time, and an unfortunate break there for the 91 is to see that little contact right there, enough to kind of loosen up that 57 ride, spin him around. Keith, unfortunately, nothing he could do there. Goes around, and the little bit of contact there we saw. We saw the 11 ride of Jordan LaFawn, the 11 ride of Shane Yates all get a piece of that one. Bryce Dickinson doing a great job to avoid it. Everybody else trying to get checked up here and avoid that contact, as well as only a few cars getting tied up in that one. We'll get them stacked back up, re-racked, and ready to go back to green flag racing. Can Jamie Massey continue to hold them off? Does the 09 of Joshua Ely or Dylan Cribbs in the 7-11 have anything here for him, as we're going to get ready to go back to green flag racing? And we're going to jump into a quick Peacemaker Gaming, crank it up, and never mind the caution flag coming right back out here. We never got the start on that one. Caution flag was already coming back out here. So we were trying to take that green flag, and unfortunately, I don't know what the issue was there. We'll take a look back maybe at the 4 ride of Joey Brewer, who is quite a ways back here, as you see them already beating and banging going across the start-finish line. I don't see where the caution flag actually came out. I didn't see any drivers spun around on the racetrack. I think we were just trying to get them stacked back up and redo that restart there. So we'll stack them back up here, see if we can get this going once again, as we're going to jump in here. League races can be fun, but tough. That is 100% accurate, Timmy. That could be 100% accurate. Yo, Kevin Odelski. Odell coming in with that like, and the double like with the Odell Gaming page coming in, smashing that like as well. What is good, Odell? What is good, my boy? I would count that one as number 4. I'd still count that one as number 4. It was before the green flag came back out. I think they were just trying to extend the caution flag, and unfortunately just didn't get there in time. As we're going to jump into that Peacemaker Gaming, crank it up, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button, as we're going to crank it up here on Peacemaker Gaming. Caution flag number 5 here in this one. All right, we'll take a look and see what happens here to bring out our 5th caution flag of the race here. It looks like Joey Brewer and Johnny Nolan coming together here. We'll take a look at this one a little bit farther away, as 4 ride was a little bit deeper in the field here. I think this was actually unfolding in front of them, as you see the 03 ride already turned around. Jordan LaFawn collected in that one as well. So we'll take a look here with the 5J ride of Johnny Nolan here. So Jonathan Wiley and the 11 ride of Jordan LaFawn kind of come together. The 5J ride just trying to avoid it, goes up the racetrack, gets collected there. Nicholas Wiley there getting a piece of that one as well. Joey Brewer getting collected there. There's the contact, and unfortunately, Everyone kind of running into each other there, and nowhere to go on that one. As we'll jump on board here with, let me see here, Jordan LaFawn. There we go. As we'll get one more quick look at it. There's the 11 ride, goes around, and everyone's trying to avoid them all here. As we're going to go back to Green Flag Racing, and we're going to continue on with this Peacemaker Gaming. Crank it up. We're going to continue to crank it up here on Peacemaker Gaming. Not even halfway, and these guys are driving like it's the last lap of the Gobbler. Jeez, I know, right, Ryan? I know, my boy. Dude, so Jordan now, I think that's just a lot of hard racing, man. It's hard racing out here. I know our admins are going to be very, very busy. They're going to be very busy throughout the weekend, going over the race, handing out penalties, handing out points fines. These guys are going to have a tough call here all weekend long. All right, as the caution flag is going to come back out. 10 cautions, calling it, says Kev. Hey, you know what? I think we're definitely on pace for at least 10, that's for certain, if not a little bit more here. It's funny, I don't know what happened the first week or so. We were actually very, very good with very minimal caution laps, and last week just kind of set everything off, and then this week just no better. A couple tough racetracks. So it looks like we're going to get the caution flag back out here as Lane Phillips in the 29 ride. It's like a little bit of contact there. Oh, the 298 ride, Austin Bartmetz kind of getting bounced around there. Lane, unfortunately, nowhere to go there as he gets up into that one. We'll take another look here from Austin Bartmetz's point of view here. As you can see, these guys just tough, hard racing. Not a lot of room out there. And it's like Jim Revis and him make a little bit of contact, gets him kind of out of shape. And then the 11 ride, Jordan LaFawn just trying to pull his line there. They kind of bounce off each other, and 298 gets up into the outside wall and fortunately goes around there. So does the 29 ride of Lane Phillips. Yeah, unfortunately that 280, the 298 ride was a little bit bent out of shape already there. As we'll stack them back up, we'll get ready to go back to Green Flag Racing. Here's the green flag back out into the air once again with this one. The Peacemaker Gaming crank it up here, as it's definitely a crank it up caution flag here once again tonight. The old announcer's curse, and the crank it up caution flag coming out here is the 7 ride bringing out caution flag number 7. We'll take a look and see what happens here to Seth Castle. I don't know what happened here to Seth. I know Ty, unfortunately, Ty kind of got spun into the infield pits there as everyone battling for that bottom side of the racetrack, and unfortunately they kind of get stacked up right there. Seth kind of just right in the middle of it. He's on the back bumper of the 4 ride of Brooks, and it's the 57 ride of Akins there on his back bumper, and he's gonna all get stacked up there. Nowhere to go for Bryce Dickinson, as he was just down there trying to run his line, and unfortunately nowhere to go for him. We saw Ty Dickinson also get spun around and unfortunately went right down into the pits there. Take a look here at what happens to Ty Dickinson. Ty Dickinson is not even going to show me what happened to him. There we go. We'll have to play it back here a little bit as Ty kind of just drove in there, gets a little bit of contact here, I do believe, from the 11 right of Wiley, and just gets spun right around and right down pit side there. A tough break for the Papa Mike Promotions riders. We're going to go back to green flag racing, the 2 ride of Jamie Massey out in front as Massey continues to lead the way. A caution flag going to come back out here. A big pile up. Shane Yates turned around. The 4 ride of Joey Brewer turned around as well. And the caution flag going to come back out. Oh no. Tough break right there for the 11 ride of Shane Yates, who's just trying to have a good, clean run. Looks like him and Charles Barnes going to come together. Barnes sends it in on the bottom side of the racetrack, slides up the racetrack, and unfortunately right into that left rear quarter panel of Shane Yates. Yates gets spun around. They all kind of spin around Dylan. Murray collected in that. 21C getting some more contact there. They continue beating and banging even after the caution flag was already out. Oh my. That's a tough one right there, chat. I think I picked 12. I don't know, John. You might get there, my boy. Once again, nowhere to go for Bryce Dickinson. Unfortunately for Joey Brewer in this Hero 3 ride there at Dylan Murray as they get collected in that one. A couple times, a couple big hits there. The 298 of Austin Bartmus getting collected in that as well. As we'll get them stacked back up, re-racked and ready to go here once again as Jamie Massey out in front. Here we go. We see some single file restarts possibly starting to brew here. Maybe not. Maybe not. I thought we were going to get some single files, but it looks like we're going to stack them back up double wide behind our race leader here. Joshua Ely there in second. Dylan Cribbs in third. Calvin Brooks, the 20 rider, Cody Gagliano round out our top 5. Bryce Dickinson, Jeremy Akins, Johnny Nolan, Nicholas Wiley, and Alex Brewer round out our top 10 as we're back to green flag racing here at Lanier National Speedway. Some more contact, some more beating and banging. These drivers are not giving up, and they are not giving an inch out here on the racetrack. As you see the 91 of Keith Hackney trying to work himself back up towards the top 10 here, as he's one of those drivers trying to battle for points here. So isn't Shane Yates and Seth Castles. They've had some great runs here as well in the first couple races of the season. They would love to try to work themselves back up inside the top 10 as out in front it's Jamie Massey trying to go back 2 for 2 here, trying to pick up another checkered flag here in this one. Joshua Ely there in second, Dylan Cribbs there in third, Calvin Brooks, Cody Gagliano, Bryce Dickinson up there in the top 5. So our top 5 and top 10 basically all night long has ran very, very good. I don't know what's been going on in the back of this one, but definitely some craziness has been unfolding here. Jeremy Akins there in 7th. Jonathan Wiley in the 511 ride up into the 8th position as Alex Brewer trying to clear the 5J ride of Johnny Nolan here for position number 9 on the racetrack. Nolan now has Nicholas Wiley down to his inside. Lane Phillips right there trying to poke his nose into that fun as well. Jim Revis right there in the 57 ride as Jim trying to work himself back inside the top 10. The 91 ride of Keith Hackney right there in position number 14. Shane Yates there in 15th with Seth Castle back there in that 16th position. Austin Bartmus there in 17th as now you see another driver. Jim Revis up into the outside wall. Johnny Nolan up there as well, and the caution flag is going to come back out here in this one. We're starting to get a good green flag run there for a hot minute, chat. For a hot minute, we had some good green flag racing. See here, where did this start? It looks like possibly the 5J ride. They're 3 wide right here. Lane Phillips in the middle. Jim Revis down on the bottom side here. And it looks like they kind of run out of room. Lane Phillips gets into that 5J ride. They kind of all tie together there. Unfortunately, nowhere to go for the 5J ride. Nowhere to go for Jim Revis as he kind of just gets hooked into that one. And unfortunately, nothing he could really do except for just kind of hang on. He kind of gets hooked in right there into the left or into the right rear and up into it. Nowhere to go there for Keith Hackney as he gets a little piece of that one as well. That's a tough one again here for these drivers. There's a couple hard legs right there, a couple hard hits, and Fortunately, a couple more pour up race cars. We'll stack them back up, re-rack them, and get ready to go back to green flag racing here. See our base truck going around our leaders. You see Shane Yates down pit side getting some repairs done to that 11 ride. Yeah, that opening definitely does something like that. If I didn't know better, I would say it's Monday's Derby night. I know, right? I know. Almost. I didn't know this was a demolition derby. Yeah, should be a 2 caution rule. Yeah, definitely close to that. I think it's just definitely needing some outside admins to determine on who actually made the caution flag and everything else, right? It's definitely something hard, and obviously not a lot of drivers are going to own up to their mistakes on the racetrack, or even if they think they're not in the wrong, they may be. And you know, it's always he said situation. Unfortunately, need some race control and everything else. As we're going to go back to green flag racing here, single file restart as Jamie Massey continues to lead the way. Joshua Ely having a great race. Don't forget about these guys at the front of the field, as Ely right there in second, Dylan Cribbs right there in third. Our top 3 have been up here all night long, just slowly but surely battling and continuing to battle here at the front of the field, as Calvin Brooks right there in fourth, continuing to have a great run for himself as well. And that Diamond Designs Elite Performance Industries Team No Love ride is right there behind him. The Elite Performance Industry machine, the 20R of Cody Gagliano there in 5th, and Bryce Dickinson there in that 6th position, as Jamie Massey out in front looking to try to pick up yet again another checkered flag, as the lap slowly but surely counting down here in this one. Massey down through corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. He is going to see 7 more laps left to go here in this A main feature event. This isn't even fun to watch. I know, Papa Mike. I know, my boy. It's tough. It's tough, my boy. 100% it is. Nothing we can do, though. Nothing we can do about that one from up here in the broadcast booth, unfortunately. Unfortunately, nothing we can do up here. Trying to get this thing to come back on. There we go. As unfortunately looks like the caution flag going to come back out here late in this one, as some more contacts and more beating and banging deeper in the field here. Looks like Jonathan Wiley going to go around in the 11 ride. Actually, the 511 ride. Alex Brewer right there to his inside, and then just unfortunately coming together there. A couple more cars getting tied up. Lane Phillips, Keith Hackney, Seth Castle. Oh my. All right, we'll take another look at this one here from the chase. I don't know, let's go with the far chase here. Let's jump on board here with the 1 ride of Alex Brewer. Where is Brewer here on this sheet? There he is. Oh, wrong car. There's Alex Brewer. Just gets into his back bumper there. Tries to get checked up in time, but unfortunately the contact already being made and spins him around. And fortunately there, 511 ride getting spun around. Sent into the corner and comes back up, collects a few more cars, some more damage, some more bent fenders, and hurt feelings out there on the racetrack, as we're going to set them back loose here and go back to green flag racing. It's the 2 ride of Jamie Massey out in front here. Massey continues to lead the way. Joshua Ely there in second. A little bit of contact between Dylan Cribbs and Ely. They keep on rolling, though. Here comes Cody Gagliano. Cody down to the inside here. The 20R ride is now Bryce Dickinson looking underneath of Calvin Brooks for a top 5 finish here. They're trying to stay hooked up on the bottom side of the racetrack. That little bit of contact has opened up the door here for a good-sized lead for Jamie Massey, as Massey out in front here by about 9/10 of a second down through corner number 4 here. He's going to get 2 more laps left to go. 2 more circuits here for Jamie Massey, as Dylan Cribbs in second. Joshua Ely there in third. Cody Gagliano, Calvin Brooks continue to battle side by side for 4th and 5th. Bryce Dickinson there in 6th, 7th. Jeremy Akins, Nicholas Wiley, Keith Hackney up into 9th. Lane Phillips right there behind him as the white flag has been displayed. So this time down the backstretch one more time here for the 2 ride of Jamie Massey as he heads down into corner number 3 and out of corner number 4. It's all Jamie Massey here in this one. A caution-filled race, a lot of carnage, a lot of contact in the two-ride of Jamie Massey. Picks up the checkered flag, leading every single lap. Another great race and dominant performance here out of the two-ride of Jamie Massey, as he just continued to keep that car planted down there on the bottom side, continued to hit his marks on the restarts, and just keeping that car out of trouble, keeping it from the back of the pack. And man, what a crazy, crazy race. Unfortunately there, definitely a good handful of caution flags and definitely a lot that we could have probably avoided, but fortunately there, sometimes you can't catch all the breaks, and this is definitely one of those tough racetracks, and every one of these drivers giving it their all here, trying to pick up the checkered flag, trying to have a good run, as Jamie Massey's going to burn down the house here in the two machine as he picks up the checkered flag. Dylan Cribbs in second. Joshua Ely coming home there in position number 3, as, man, what a run, what a race. Brycey Bear, a good run, my boy, 15th to 6th, and to avoid majority of the contact, to avoid majority of the craziness that unfolded there around you. We saw you unfortunately get a couple licks there, just nowhere to go. You're just, holding your line and nowhere to go there in the 84 ride, getting some good contact there at the front. But slowly but surely worked your way through it, continued to keep that car pointed in the right direction, and a good run, man, a good solid drive right there. I would definitely probably say hard charger. I don't know. Jeremy Akins might have started a little bit farther back. I'm not 100% sure here. Let me take a look. Cody Gagliano went from 13th to 4th. Bryce was 15th to 6th, 14th to 7th, 19th to 8th. That might have been Nicholas Wiley with the hard charger. 11th to 9th, 16th to 10th, 20th to 13th, 21st to 15th. Yeah, I don't know. It was definitely some good hard-charging runs there. I think Cody Gagliano and Bryce Dickinson picking up, 9 positions each? But I think Nicholas Wiley picking up 11 would be that hard charger here for this one. Would be the hard charger there for this one. Yeah, we got a few shout-outs here as well. Brandon LaFawn, my boy Brandon, coming in with the 50-star dono and another 50-star dono as well. Lamar Jordan coming in with the 50 stars as well with the first-time star sent in. Jordan, Mr. Lamar coming in, showing that love, showing the absolute generosity, coming in with that 50 stars as well, even throughout all the chaos and all the mayhem there in that one. Cody Ernest coming in with the laughing face as well. What is good, Cody? What is good, my boy? Man, if you guys were to miss the A main here, I think this was the one you'd almost want to miss, as that was definitely a bit of a rough one. That was definitely a bit of a tough race out there. But man, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, make sure you guys all hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that follow button. If you at least had a good time and enjoyed the commentary, enjoyed, the jokes and the fun up in the chat and everything else, make sure you hit that follow button. If you're watching over there on YouTube, make sure you hit that sub button as well, as we continue to grow more and more and more over there on YouTube. I see Mr. Kevin Odelski over there showing the love on YouTube channel as well. And if you guys are watching over on Kick, make sure you guys hit that follow button over there on the Kick live streaming app as well, as we continue to stream more and more on all channels here. John Quill Jr., John coming in with the 100 stars. John coming in showing the love again here tonight, my boy. Absolutely massive love, Mr. Quill. Absolutely massive love, homie. Coming in showing the love again. Carson Cherry becoming a follower as well, hitting that follow button. Carson, welcome to the Peacemaker crew. Welcome to the Peacemaker family, hitting that follow button. Dustin R. Price coming in with that heart reaction. What is good, Dustin? What is good, my boy? Coming in smashing that like button on the stream, as well as we're going to get ready here for some post-race interviews. Post-race interviews coming right up here, as we're going to pull in our first place finisher here. Kev, I see you in the lobby. I'll be back here in a little bit, my boy. We got to do some post-race interviews, so I'll be right back, homie. All right, as we're going to pull in our feature winner, our A-main feature driver here into the broadcast booth for his post-race interview. We're going to pull Jamie Massey up here into the booth right now. Hey, Jamie, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker broadcasting booth. They get a copy? Hey, Jamie, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Do you get a copy? All right, I think Jamie Massey might be using the bathroom. He might be taking a little bathroom break. I deafened, so you're good. Okay, perfect, Kev, perfect. I figured I saw you deafened and everything in there. I was like, oh man, I've probably been screaming in his ear this whole time while he's been up in the broadcast booth. All right, listen, we're gonna pull in our second place finisher here. I'm not sure where Jamie Massey is. He may have had to go to the bathroom. He may have had to work on the car a little bit, or he's probably down in victory lane still celebrating with the crew. So we're going to pull in our second place finisher here, Mr. Dylan Cribbs, up into the broadcast booth here for his post-race interview. Hey, Dylan, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. Do you get a copy?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. Dylan, my boy, what a run, what a drive here for yourself tonight in this one, man. A little bit of a crazy race, a lot of cautions out there, a lot of restarts. You had a great battle brewing there between yourself and Joshua Ely. You throw in Jamie Massey there as you guys continue to try to hunt him down and duke out that second position between you and Ely here all race long, man. Take us back through this one and, what was going through your mind there on all these restarts and everything else, just trying to figure out what you can do to try to jump up there and beat that 2 right here tonight.
Yeah, good bit of restarts. I felt pretty good if I could get the inside lane on Ely, and I could kind of make a run on Massey. I mean, he's going to be tough, of course, but after the track set up real good, it's like the line that we were trying to take on the restarts. The bottom line was really, in my opinion, disadvantage, and he kind of seen that when Ely got around me on a restart, and then I was able to start on the top side, and I felt like I kind of could contest it, but if we both was to just sit there and go throw haymakers back to forth, Massey's going to pull away and nobody's going to really come out of it on top. So,
absolutely, man. Take us back through these racing conditions as well, and what might have contributed to, a little bit of the heated racing that we saw deeper in the field and everything else, as we saw how slick this racetrack got in a quick hurry here. A lot of cars, a lot of laps being ran, and the conditions out there are very, very tough. And the bottom side, once again, being the very dominant line here, and everyone just trying to battle for that bottom spot. Do you think that's what might have contributed to a lot of the, the extra beating and banging, guys just trying to force their way into that bottom lane and maybe just, getting a little bit too loose out there on the high side and everything else around this racetrack?
yeah, well, Lanier slicks off like that. There's almost nowhere to go. I mean, you've got to bank on good qualifying and being able to hold a line, and it's going to take some give and take. I mean, Ely raced me with the utmost respect tonight, you could see, and we both was giving and taking, and I don't really feel like nobody got abused. I kind of got into him right there at the end, but it's just really tough race. I know it wasn't intentional, but yeah, just really slick racetrack. It's hard. It's very hard to get around there when you've got 4, 5, 6 guys that are all the same capability of you trying to fight for one spot on the racetrack.
Absolutely, man. Definitely a lot of hard fighting and a lot of battles out there for every position in this one. But Dylan, at the end of the day, you come home here, park up on the front stretch, a solid podium finish here for yourself. You parked that 7-Eleven ride. You're in position number 2. Who would you like to thank here for such a great run, a great race, and a solid performance here in a crazy race? Being able to finish here inside the top 3 has got to feel pretty dang good.
Yeah, I want to thank all the guys over at CFM, VLR, Blake, Evan, Fergie, KC Speedworks, Carl Kilgore. I could even sit up here and tell you thanks Jamie Massey, because he played a big part in helping me get to where I am. So it's fun to try and chase him down and do everything that he's able to do in a street stock. And Gagliano and those guys at Sim 500 put on a league, and you for the broadcast.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, Mr.
Oh, also, sorry about that. Also, BCR Sim Products, Mr. Brian Taff.
Well, Mister, congratulations on a great run, a great performance out there in the 7-Eleven machine. Hopefully we'll see you back here next Thursday. Hopefully maybe we'll get some admitting up into the booth here and hopefully get a little bit cleaner racing out there on the racetrack.
Let's go!
Make it so all these drivers will continue to, keep, cooler heads out there on the racetrack. We saw some great racing, some great side-by-side battles throughout the night up inside the top 5 here, and seemed like things started to fall away, and fall down just a little bit deeper and deeper in the field. Guys were just kind of driving a little bit too hard out there.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely think it's just a racetrack thing here, so it's not much many guys can do.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, Dylan, congrats on the second place run, man. A great drive and a great run here for yourself. And hopefully we'll see you back here next Thursday.
All right, thanks. Have a great night. Appreciate everything.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our second place finisher, Mr. Dylan Cribbs, as Dylan comes home here in position number 2. Man, a great run and a great drive there from that 7-Eleven ride. And, you heard it right there from one of these racers, a great racers, ran a lot of races, a lot of laps. And as we were saying, throughout this broadcast and everything else, at this racetrack, it can get very, very tough, man. It's hard racing out there when it gets this slicked off. And as he said, there's not a lot of room to go out there with. It seems like it's a very tight racetrack, but when it's a one-lane track down the bottom side, you might get a little bit through the middle of the race, but really it's that bottom side and a lot of tight racing. And one driver sends it in there, 1 inch too far, or someone goes up a little bit too high on corner exit or down too low on corner entry, and that contact's made. It doesn't take much to spin these cars around, lose the rear ends, lose the front ends, and get spun around in a quick hurry, and then 5, 6, 7 drivers behind you just have nowhere to go. And we saw that tonight a few different times where car in front of you would check up a little bit, you wouldn't have enough time to check up, you would get into them, and then everyone gets spun around there. So we saw that quite a bit here tonight in this one. As we're going to get ready here to pull in our third place finisher, we're going to pull in Joshua Ely here first, because I'm not sure if Jamie Massey is back yet. Craig Michael Deacon says, showstopper, insert backflip here. Absolutely. I think Massey's probably down there doing some backflips and everything else, partying a little bit too hard down there in victory lane. So we're going to get ready. We're going to pull in Mr. Ely here, our third place finisher, coming home with another solid top 3 run in his points championship run here, trying to continue on this trend of having these good top 3 finishes, as we're going to pull Mr. Ely up here for his post-race interview. Hey, Josh, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. To get a copy?
Oh, yeah.
Josh, my boy, a great run, a great race out there here tonight for yourself, my boy, as you parked that ride once again up here inside the top 3, man. Take us back through this one with all the caution flags and all the restarts and everything else. What's going through your mind here? What kept your focus here throughout this entire race? A little bit of a long one with all those caution laps and everything else, and all the hard-fought battles going right on your back bumper there to keep your head in the game.
Yeah, the cautions was ridiculous. I mean, we got to clean it up as drivers, as teams. I mean, we can't continue just to beat and bang off each other. You got to give and take. I mean, it's 50 laps. It's long. Get comfortable. If you pass somebody, you pass somebody. Just take your time. I mean, we can't win it on the first 15. Hell, you can't win it on the first 49. It's the last one that always matters. It's I don't know. I mean, it's getting to the point where it's just, I don't know. It's fun to run these things, but people's got to clean up. I mean, we got to put the egos to the side and just race hard. Just put on a show for the fans. That's pretty much all we got to do. But yeah, man. Other than that, I mean, Cribbs. My internet wasn't the best tonight. I'm on satellite internet, so I'm on Starlink. It wasn't the best with the storms just rolling over. Cribbs, gave me a hard fought battle. He did get into me, and my car was all over the place. So I'm just glad it stuck in there to kind of so I can get to the finish. So I mean, if it affected anybody, I do apologize.
Absolutely. We saw you blinking there a couple times. It wasn't super bad. It seemed like it was a little bit worse there towards the end, and then obviously we saw that little bit of contact where Dylan got into your back bumper and just kind of got you super loose there on corner exit, and luckily enough you were able to hold on to it, keep the foot into the throttle there and not lose too many spots. Unfortunately gave up position number 2, but kept it pointed there towards the front of the field, and being able to still bring that car home in one piece and be parked down here on the podium is still got to feel pretty dang good.
Oh yeah, for sure. I told Jamie he was back off shaking the dew off his lily, so I guess he missed when you pulled him up first. But yeah, when I told him, I said if it was the last lap, I said I was right there with you. I said I was giving you a bumper. I said I'm just letting you know. I'm getting closer and closer. But yeah, man, it was a great race. That's for what we did race. Me and Dylan, I mean, I got to give it to him. I gave him as much room as I could possibly give him, and he did the same. You know, we raced, I mean, tire to tire. I mean, we bumped a little bit, but I mean, hell, it's racing. It's hard racing, and like I said, I gotta give him as much respect as anything. So
Absolutely, my boy. Absolutely. Some great, good racing out there at the front of the field. The little bit that you guys were able to do there, we saw a few glimpses here and there, some good green flag laps, and then unfortunately we saw, back to back to back caution flags here and there, and definitely threw everything through a loop there for all of you guys just trying to get locked in, kind of, hit your marks and continue to run laps and give yourselves opportunities at the end of this one to be in position for the win here. And unfortunately, just with those restarts and everything else and those couple late ones, Massey just being so good on these restarts here and was able to get some great jumps on you guys and just really never gave you or Dylan the ability to stay kind of, right there to his back bumper or have enough time to drive back to his back bumper to really race him and try to put a little bit of pressure on the back bumper there of that 2 machine here tonight.
yeah, the restarts was weird. The inside guy had the disadvantage the whole time. I thought about moving up, but I was like, well, I can keep it on the bottom enough to, 2 or 3 laps later, I'd be able to pull on around, Dylan. I thought about going to the top one time because you could get a hellacious run, but by the time you went down the straightaway, you went into turn one side by side, second and third. And I felt like I had a lot better runs off the top side than I was on the bottom. But, I mean, if you got hung outside, I mean, Dylan had to run. He had to run right next to me. I mean, because if he ran a quarter of a lane higher, he was going to get drove from, just train raced around him, beneath him. But, he gave me as much room as he could. I respect that. We raced hard. He gave me a little bumper. I'll give him one back next week.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, Josh, congrats on the 3rd place run, my boy. Who would you like to thank here for such a strong performance and yet again another solid top 3 run out of that 09 ride?
I've got to thank Next Level Racing, the team. We're always, if you're trying to finish strong, we're always up front. I feel like sometimes we're not, but with them, they've helped me out with a lot of things. EPI, Milner Media Design, for putting a badass wrap on the car. 09 Laser Engraving, Cypress Hearts, Twisted Tea Apparel, Taiwan On Outdoors. He's on the car. I hadn't heard from him for a while, but Mr. Carl, KC Speedworks, I got to shout him out. Papa Mike, I got to thank you for putting on the broadcast. I got to thank Cody for giving us a place to race. TNA Motorsports, I do believe that's what it is. They do a lot for this league also, and we got everybody has a hand or a finger in this. You got to give them a big shout out.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, congrats on the 3rd place run. Hopefully, we'll see you back here next Thursday. Hopefully, we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth, maybe a couple spots better and up here on Victory Lane.
Yeah, I'm kind of settling into this 3rd place spot, I feel like.
Absolutely. Well, you definitely gained a few points here tonight on Keith Hackney, so maybe that's a glimpse into the future here where you're able to leapfrog him into position number 2 in the points and then go after that 2 ride here tonight, but usually the 19 ride there of Jamie Massey.
Yeah, he changes his number all the time, try to stay hidden, but I know where he's at.
He's usually up there at the front of the field, just with like you
That's
and
right.
Keith. Yeah, he's usually up there. So, you don't have to go too far to try to find him.
That's right.
Beauty. Josh, have yourself a wonderful night and congrats on the 3rd place run.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for our 3rd place finisher, the 09 rider, Joshua Ely. Is Ely coming home here in position number 3? As we're going to get ready, we're going to pull in our A main feature event winner, usually the 19 ride, but here tonight, the 2 ride, a throwback paint scheme. We're going to pull Mr. Jamie Massey up here into the broadcast booth for his post-race interview. Hey, Jamie, it's Aaron up here in the Peacemaker Broadcasting booth. You get a copy?
Yeah, man, I got you.
Jamie, my boy, you feel any better now that you had your pee break there after this one?
Oh yeah, man, that race it's a shame, man. It shouldn't be like that. There's a lot of talent in there, and kind of disappointing, to be honest.
Absolutely, man. Definitely a lot of caution flags, a lot of hard racing, a lot of beating and banging, and a lot of contact that definitely could have been avoided and definitely made for a long race for you guys up at the front of the field. We were just trying to run some laps and continue to try to keep your cars at the front of the field, and just looking to try to pick up another solid finish here for yourself. And you look at Ely and all these other great cars that were up inside the top 5, just kind of running laps and just trying to get to the checkered flag as quick as possible. But all these caution flags stacking guys back up, making us guys battle, once again side by side, and beat and banging and battling fenders like everyone else in the back of the field there for a little while. But no one could catch you here tonight, man. With all the restarts, you were able to be picture perfect on, getting onto the throttle and beating these guys down into corner number 1 and not letting any of them really get to your inside there. And you were able to just continue to keep beating them on the restarts, keep beating them for, the 3 or 4 laps that we might have had between caution flags, and here you are back up in victory lane.
Yeah, it's the draft is key in these fixed setup races, and I felt like I definitely could pull away, but I could never. Every time I would get going, man, the caution would come out. I would get a little distance on Cribs or whoever was second. Most of the time, I could get 2 or 3 car lengths and pull away, and then the caution come out. It's so hard to get that first initial pull away, and it's because the draft just brings them right back in. I don't care how good of a corner you run, you gotta let them slip up off the bottom, and then you can get away. So it's just frustrating. There's so much, like I said, man, there's so much talent in this league, and it just frustrates me to see people racing the way they are. Like, not gonna point no fingers at nobody, but I mean, it's all in all, it's a little bit of everybody. Nobody's racing with their head. Everybody's racing with intentions to kill whoever bumped them, and it's just getting freaking crazy. We're gonna have to have some kind of meeting this week or something and get this shit together, or I'm gonna find somewhere else to race.
Absolutely, my boy. That's the thing that we definitely don't want here in the league. So I'm sure Cody and the boys will get together. I'm sure he's gonna try to, continue to find some people and find some admins to jump up and, try to run that, the race control and everything else, and try to keep these drivers at bay, and try to keep them, a little bit more cooler heads out there on the racetrack and keep things running smoothly like we've had in the before. You look back at last season, we had a lot of races where we didn't see any caution flags, or very minimal, with only 1 or 2 cautions throughout a whole 50-lap feature. And then you kind of get into the second, third race of this season, and you had it. You kind of see it headed in this direction. You definitely want to step in quickly and get things figured out and get things back on track and keep drivers, doing what they need to do and keeping everyone, just racing and not worrying about trying to wreck each other or anything else out there on the racetrack.
Yeah, we actually had a admin this week. He was in the race watching, and he didn't realize he came in the wrong way. So he couldn't make calls, but he was making calls and then relaying the message to both Codys, and it was working. I feel like the admin was doing their job, but it doesn't reflect on the race or show, because there's 5 to 10 people driving like they're racing for $1 million, and we're not, and it's just pointless, and everybody needs to chill and let's have a good time. And it is what it is, man. I don't know. It's something's gotta change for sure. It's too good of a league, too good of a name of series to be drugged through the mud like it kind of is. And I think everybody's kind of making a laughing stock of it here in the chat. And this is just too good of a league, man. And I hate to see this happen. And I hope we can get it together. And we may have to get rid of some people. But I'm not an admin. I don't make no calls in this league. I'm just here to win, and that's the bottom line, and it is what it is.
Absolutely, my boy. Well, you definitely get her done here again tonight. You pick up, you got to get another checkered flag for that number 2 ride here tonight, as we saw you in that throwback paint scheme, man. Take us back through, the throwback and the meaning there behind it, and, is it, a friend's car or something that you got made years ago, or what's the story?
It's actually a H&L car, and that's the team, whole nother level. That's the team I started when I first came on iRacing. That's actually my car. No, I like to change paints, man. I change paints every freaking race. I don't want to run the same thing. I've got 400 and something paints in my file, and Hackney's been busy. He had a baby. We're all busy. It was a real life. I'm not gonna blow him up to make me a car just because I want to run something different. So let him have his time, and we'll be back in the 19 next week. Maybe Hackney can give me some new colors, and we'll be back in the old school. I just like to change it up, man. I've done ran all my cars that I got. This got 19 on the side. This got Elite Performance Industries or NLR. So I was like, hell with it. We'll just throw a H&L car on there and see if we can put her in victory lane, and we managed to do that.
Absolutely, you did, my boy. Well, congratulations on yet again another checkered flag, another great run, and another checkered flag for not only yourself, but that old paint scheme of yours as well. As you park it back down here in victory lane, Jamie, who would you like to thank here for such a strong performance and great race here once again in this one?
I just want to thank NLR and all the guys over there. We're having a good time, and I want to thank NH Lens, Papa Mike's Promotions, Elite Performance Industries, uh, Paints by Grippy, and 09 Engravings. Just everybody over there, man. It's just and this league. I know that Cody's trying, man. He really is. Cody's a nice guy, so it's hard for him to jump all over somebody and say, "You stupid fucker, you ain't racing next week." You know what I mean? And that may be what needs to happen. At least a suspension. Some things are gonna have to change. Like I said, I can't see what's going on there, so I can't sit here and say that one person was at fault because I haven't went back and watched the race. But I heard a few names a couple of different times, and even some of them guys may have been on my team. And I'm not saying if it takes one of my guys on our team to get suspended to clean this shit up, let's do it. Let's fucking kick them off for a week or two. But we got to do something, and I know he's gonna get it together. And just want to thank him for giving us a platform to race on. And 10500 League, and you for broadcasting. You're the man. We'll see you next week.
Absolutely, my boy. Jamie, congrats on the win, and hopefully we'll see you back up here in the broadcast booth next Thursday, and hopefully back up here in victory lane.
Thank you, man. I hope so. See you.
Have a good one. All right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up there for Mr. Jamie Massey, as Jamie coming home here in that top spot, picking up the victory here in this one, man. What a run, what a race there by the 2 ride here tonight, usually the 19 ride of Massey, as he gets it done, picks up the checkered flag. What a run, what a race there. Let's see some more checkered flags up in the chat right now. One more time here for Mr. Jamie Massey, and a huge thank you to each and every one of you guys for, you guys all tuning in, hitting the like button on the stream, the shares, the comments, everything else, man, is definitely a little bit of a tough one there. And I mean, even just from my perspective, it's tough for all of us out here, man. It's tough for all of us out here, man. It's a tough one to call, and you gotta be, as clear and unbiased as possible. And it's always a tough one. It's always a tough one to try not to step on anyone's toes and everything else, and especially with people's family members and friends and family up in the chat. It's hard to call drivers out, and that's not my position to do it. So, as you guys know, that's not how we call them, and we leave that up to the officials of the league, so that they can make those calls, and the admins, they all make that stuff. We can't do anything about it up here. We don't have that authority to be able to jump in and say, hey, you got to remove this guy, or this guy's doing this, or anything else. We don't like to be put in that situation. That's why we're up here in the broadcast booth and not over in the admin booth and talking with the racers and everything else and having to deal with that stuff, is we don't like dealing with that stuff, man. We just want everyone to go out there, have some fun, have some great racing action, and put on a show here for each and every one of the fans in the stands, and put on a show for all the sponsors and all the family and the friends and everyone else that cheers these drivers on, whether or not they have a good run or a bad run. I want them to still to be able to enjoy what they're watching and what their friends and family are doing out there on the virtual racing aspect of it, man. It's absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. Stay in the booth. It's safer. It's definitely safer up in the booth. It's definitely safer up here in the booth. You don't have to worry too much with the backlash between drivers or anything else, but I definitely still get a few. I definitely still get some drivers that'll message you. I'll still get drivers or friends of drivers, whatever else. I'll make the comments and everything else throughout the chat, and that's why we try to keep it nice and clean and safe up in the chat for everybody, so no one has to really deal with anything crazy or anything else, up there. And we just try to make it so that everyone stays pretty good and pretty happy medium, between just all the racers and everyone in the chat and everything else, just trying to keep everything absolutely a-okay and perfect and on our end. That's at least as much as I can do. at least as much as I can do. Gotta say a big congrats to Keith Hackney and his family for welcoming home their new one. Absolutely, Josh. Absolutely massive there for Keith and Tasha bringing home the new baby this week. And hopefully the new baby, hopefully she doesn't remember this one too much, but I'm sure she'll be pretty excited. I mean, she saw Keith out there on the racetrack, and she saw Jamie out there picking up another checkered flag, and I mean, she saw a lot of tore up race cars. So if worst comes to worst, she'll be a Demolition Derby fan, I guess, in the future. But hopefully the new baby enjoyed the show as well. But listen, guys, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Absolutely wicked show. I can't thank you guys enough for coming in with all the likes, the shares, the comments, all the star senders. John, Michael, we saw so many other people come in with some donations as well. Bryce Dickinson, Brandon LaFawn. Just everyone coming in showing the love here all night long, man, was absolutely insane. Lamar Jordan coming in with the 50 stars as well. Just everyone coming in showing the love all evening, man, was absolutely insane. Love each and every one of you guys. I love that you guys were here to enjoy the racing and enjoying the fun. Jay will be out driving us in 6 months. I could imagine that. I think she will be 100%. I think she will be 100%. 20th to 13th, I'll take it, bro. It was rough with all the cautions. Laugh loud, have a good night, man. Yeah, definitely a bit of a rough one out there, my boy. Definitely a little bit of a rough one out there, but definitely saw that 298 ride. Trying to work your way through the traffic, trying to stay clean of some of the wrecks out there. Unfortunately, got tied up in a couple yourself there, but it is what it is. Sometimes, you can't avoid them, man, and we saw that with a lot of drivers here tonight, just unfortunately getting tied up in other people's wrecks and getting tied up in other things that happen, 5, 10, 15 car lengths in front of them and just not being able to get checked up in time, or even if they do get checked up, they get ran into from behind and shoved into it. It's definitely a tough one, and for how slick this racetrack gets, it gets pretty tough and pretty racy out there, and drivers were definitely just feeling the heat here tonight, and everyone was out there just trying to give it their all and not back down from one another, and definitely made for a very interesting little bit of a wreck fest out there. But listen, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for watching, man. I will see you guys all tomorrow night for some more Dirt Street Stock action. Hopefully, I'm saying hopefully, but I know the boys tomorrow night will definitely have a good show for us. It'll be cleaned up a lot more. It'll be a lot of good green flag racing. I think last week, I don't even think we saw a caution flag in our 50-lap feature last week, so I expect that the same as that is tomorrow night. Should be the exact same thing, just good, clean, hard racing, no caution flags, and hopefully this time next week, this race will be the exact same thing. Hopefully we'll get all these drivers cleaned up and a little bit bigger of a track, hopefully not as tough, and hopefully we'll get everyone on the same page to just maybe tone it down just a little bit, where you don't have to always constantly beat and bang with people and always just keep on battling, keep on doing everything there. But listen, thank y'all for tuning in, man. Absolutely great race, absolutely great show here for all of you guys, and I can't thank you guys enough for tuning in and hanging out with us here all evening long. I will see you guys all tomorrow night. Peace out, baby. Peace out, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! What a race, what a show.
I just wanna have fun, clap my hands, turn around now. Mini skirt on, take my body in glitter. Platform sneakers up.